Hello, everybody, and welcome to Izmir, Turkey. This is William, and this is my October edition of my newsletter. Now, this is going to be a very different newsletter. Fortunately, you can't see out the view of my window very well with the lighting, but the palm tree fronds might give you an idea. There's a lovely GNC uh, big oh harbor. That's not the word I want. Anyway, it's gorgeous around here, and I love it. Um, I just want to talk a little bit about the difference traveling this year from other years. It's just been really unusual. There's been a different kind of attention, not attention, but attention. Um, but it's it can be lovely. Everything's fine on the surface, but underneath you can just feel like there's a little bit of a stress with everything kind of pushing and pulling. And a lot of it has to do with COVID and the worldwide epidemics, the economy that's resulted from that, the wars. I mean, just everything. It's just been very, very different and more difficult. Uh, Airports are harder. And again, on these posts, I stay away from politics. But simply as a traveler speaking to somebody else who might want to travel, even if you can get into the country without a without a COVID vaccine and just on the testing, you have to have proof of vaccination to be able to enter almost anything of any size. Shopping malls, museums, even small ones, um, any kind of a larger area, normal little shops. At the very least, you'll have your temperature taken. Um, and that's been in two countries now out of two that I've been in, and on this particular trip. And I don't think that's going to be changing soon. Who knows how things are going to go, but people in other countries take this much more seriously than a lot of people in the States do. And so just be ready if you want to travel. Um, we're in a different country. We play by their rules, whether we like it or not. Um, on the other hand, I haven't done quite as much reading of locations as I usually do. I'm not sure why. Crete was amazing, and I could certainly pick up some wonderful pieces in Knossos and the other Minoan palace we went to, and so many other places, including seeing ships where there's land and that kind of thing here in Izmir as well. I had a good guide over there. She was very helpful. My dear friend Ender here in Izmir has taken me all over, and he and his family and his parents and grandmothers, everybody's just been amazing. And, no wonder I love it here so much. But again, even with everything else going on, you can still tune into the history and what once was compared to what is now. I think these are important things to look at. It's a good way to help. Oh, my hair's a mess. Anyway, it's a great way to help understand where we've all come from and how it all works. Just a quick little thing about some upcoming announcements, not for Paranormal Insights and me directly, although I will be working those events and help create the events. They're fundraisers for the Francis Ermatinger House in Oregon City, and we have what is it? We have a séance on December 3rd, I believe it is, with my sister from a different Mr. type, or from a different Mrs. Vivian Powell, who will be in from England, and she's been a medium all her life and has worked with science, has held them many times. And so it'll be the real deal. And we also then later that night have very limited tickets for a late night investigation. We started by, I think, at 8:30, go to 3:30. And all of that information is available on the Friends of the Ermitinger House Facebook page. Now, I'll try to put some links to that into this newsletter as well. I kept the newsletter, the other pieces the same. My last guest and my Ender's column both. I'm just because I'm traveling. We're lucky to have anything, or depending on your point of view, lucky or not. Anyway, take care of yourselves out there. It's a very strange place. I actually predicted, I think, the earthquake in Crete. It was very strange. I've never had this happen before, but even going over a few weeks before, just anticipation of unease and a sense of an earthquake, not so much a fear as or anxiety surface, but underneath. And I was jittery. I almost, just for several reasons, I almost canceled the trip because everything felt wrong. Everything felt off a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. And then in Crete, I kept thinking, earthquake. It was sort of on the back of my mind. And I thought, oh, it's just because this island has earthquakes. And some of the ruins we were seeing were destroyed by earthquakes. And so, I just figured it was my imagination. But it kept getting stronger. And when I was at the airport, it was a push in my mind, and I kept seeing myself sitting on the plane as the ground was starting to crack just as we were rolling down the runway, and whether or not we were going to get the wheels off the runway before the cracks stopped us. And what I kept seeing, we did. And the earthquake itself wasn't happening then, but I kept going through my mind, we just need to get the wheels off the ground. We just need to hurry up and get these wheels off the ground. And then the plane will be okay. I mean, we can get out of the way, not be a bother to the people on the ground, damage, not create more of a mess for ourselves and others. It wasn't even as much a safety concern for myself, a little of that, but you don't want all these people that don't live there, in a crunched up airplane in the middle of a runway because of an earthquake. You've got enough stuff to deal with when you're dealing with such things. And then the next morning, my dear friend Ender called me and said, are you okay? Did you get to Crete? I mean, are you still on Crete? Or are you in Turkey? And I hadn't heard about the earthquake yet. He's in England and 2 hours earlier than my time zone. And that was the first I heard. And so this earthquake hit less than 20 hours from when I left. And the epicenter of it was within about 12 or 16 miles of where I was staying. And it was in the middle of areas of villages where I had just been the day or 2 days before. So kind of struck home. And then I've almost fallen a couple things, which I don't do at home, let alone on the road. So I've got a nice little brace. It's fine. I just sprained my thumb a little bit. But note to self and to any of you who like to travel, marble floors are hard wherever you are. And tripping over a little step going from one level to another, like a sunken living room type thing. Only it was stepping up into another part of the lobby in the hotel. Clearly marked. It was completely my own fault. I take full responsibility for splatting. But the hotel was great, and I'm fine. But it's just a lot of little things like that. Problems with my flights, problems with tours getting canceled, everything just being a little strange. Now, the human aspects of it have been great. My guide in Crete was wonderful. Ender and his wife Camille and Ada, the little princess, and Ender's parents and grandmothers. Everybody's just been amazing and wonderful, wonderful people. So just you know, kind of keep it all in mind as you travel. I say go if you want to. Definitely, I'm glad I came. I'm glad I didn't cancel the trip, especially after the main reason, the biggest piece of the tours that I was taking canceled a couple of weeks before I left. Um, but do your planning and honestly get a good travel agent. Don't try to do it all on your own. They can get you just as good at deals, even better, and they can help you when things go south with, like I had a flight cancel, and my travel agent, while I was doing what I needed to do wherever well, I think it was here, he was able to get the flight changed. And, different airport, there's still a few logistical issues that I have to do. And instead of the tour picking me up, I have to take a taxi to the hotel and stuff. No big deal. Um, but, and then with the cancellation of the National Geographic tour I was going to take in Greece, that canceled before I got over here. But it's still, it was too soon to make new air. If I would have tried to get a change in my air ticket before I left, they would have had me cancel the ticket and buy a new one at a higher price because it was so close. So we had to wait till I was here, but there's still loops. I can't get the same flight with all the same perks, it seems, at this point. Um, United is being its normal horrible self. I thought they were pretty good on the way over, so I thought maybe they changed, but um, at this point I hate that airline again. And my travel agent, though, is able to fix things and make things work and give me some ideas and confirm, just out of my own years of travel, some ideas about what I have to do at a gate where maybe I can make a difference or something. So really, if you need help, I've got two people I can recommend, two different agencies. One has their own office and works through one type of an agency, and then the other one is with AAA. But not all travel agents are alike, and so you need to go with one that's a good fit and who knows their stuff and can help you when you're overseas. So I'm gonna wind this up for now. I've just had about a nice 4.5 mile walk and a cup of coffees, and I'm starting to get hungry. So I may take another walk and look for some food. Okay, everybody, enjoy yourselves and stay safe with whatever you're doing. It's an interesting world these days, no matter where you're coming from, where you are, what your stance is on things. Again, I'm not trying to be political with anything in this video. I'm just stating my experience as a traveler. And I hope you all have a good October and November, and I'll be back again with this in December. I will have an occasional Metaphysical Insights show. I'm not doing a lot of pre-planning and setting up. I know I've got one great guy coming on in November, and I'm not sure anything else. Vivian and I will probably do a show while she's here. But and Ender and I did a quick little video yesterday. I'm going to try to upload. So watch the spaces, and my Para Insights Facebook page is the place to go just to get what's going on with things like this. I know I have a lot of people that follow it, and I also know that the way Facebook works, you don't always get to see the posts as they come through. But make sure you follow, and that you want notifications of the posts. Make sure you check out the page and just scroll through it. Anything you don't like, but they're it's focused on the paranormal, and now that I'm overseas, the paranormal and overseas. So, take care. Bye bye.